The following program is an exclusive presentation of the Metro News Radio Network in cooperation with the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission.
When it comes to state tournament time, regardless of the opponent, there's a lot to be said for experience. As the curtain rises this morning on semifinal play in the Class AA bracket, that word experience could play a big role in deciding the combatants in tomorrow's championship game. When our first game tips off this morning, Class AA defending state champs and number 2 seeded Winfield will rely on the experience they gained in last year's run to the title. Head coach Pat McGinnis will, as always, look to seniors Tyler Kovarik and T.L. Asbury to shoulder the load of this semifinal battle. The opponent this morning is the 3rd seeded Wildcats of Logan, and experience is something they've garnered in their 26 appearances in the state tournament. Head coach Mark Hatcher knows this morning he will need another stellar performance from 6-foot junior guard C.B. Green, who scorched the nets yesterday for 25 points as the Wildcats won their quarterfinal round game by 8. Today marks the 3rd meeting of the season between these two teams, and not only will it be the rubber game of the season, more importantly, it will decide which team moves on and which team goes home. Every basketball game that is played means something to someone. Today's game means everything to Winfield and Logan. So which team punches their ticket to the title game? We'll know in a couple of hours as the 2000 state championships continue. Virginia. Good morning and welcome to the capital city, courtesy of the Metro News Radio Network. I'm Fred Persinger, alongside Larry Speedy Bevins with Dale Miller at the controls. Time for Class AA, game number 5, tournament game number 14, a West Virginia championship matchup between Winfield and Logan. Let's find out more about these two West Virginia communities with Metro News reporter Chris Lawrence.
Logan County is named in honor of the famous Mingo Indian chief Logan, who was named by his father after his friend James Logan, Secretary of the province of Pennsylvania, who was partially responsible for Logan's education. Now, when the county seat was first chartered, it was known as Aracoma, after Chief Logan's daughter, but the name was changed in 1907 to conform with the local post office. Former heavyweight boxing champ Jack Dempsey grew up in Logan, and Devil Anse Hatfield, one of the family leaders in the famous Hatfield-McCoy feud, is buried just a few miles from the county seat. From Logan County come the Logan Wildcats to the Charleston Civic Center. Winfield is the county seat of Putnam County. Incorporated in 1868, it is named for General Winfield Scott. The historic Putnam County Courthouse is the town's main building, and one of the more notable nearby attractions, the Winfield Locks and Dams, the last lock on the Kanawha River, which flows through the town before reaching the Ohio River. Winfield, like most of Putnam County, has seen exploding growth in recent years as it lies directly between the state's 2 largest cities, Charleston and Huntington. It serves as a bedroom community for many who work in those 2 cities. From Putnam County come the Winfield Generals to the Charleston Civic Center.
Friday continues with a Class AA matchup featuring the number 3 seed Logan against defending state champion Winfield, the 2nd seed in this year's tournament. Logan trailed Weir by 5 at the half, but used intense full-court pressure to earn a hard-fought 62-54 win over Weir. Logan and Winfield split a pair of games during the regular season, and Logan coach Mark Hatcher says both games were completely different.
The first time we played at Winfield, and we went over there with pretty much the purpose was to try to stay in the game and give ourselves a chance to win, which is the purpose all the time. But we didn't show a whole lot. We just tried to play safe, and we tried to slow the tempo down up on them. At Logan, we had this crowd, just everybody's going crazy. We came out, got on a 22-4 start to the first quarter. Then they battled back on us. It was a great basketball. It was a more up-tempo game. Whatever we did in the first quarter, they came right back and did to us in the fourth quarter. You look at it, he's got a 6'3" point guard that handles the ball, always got his head up and runs that ball club so well. I like Asbury down low too. I think he's just so solid. Kavaric kid, the Ashley kid's a role player and does it so well. And Smith has just really started to turn it on here. They're solid all the way around. We got to try to contest that outside shot a little bit, and we have to rebound with them. The last 2 times we've done a really good job. I think we beat them once, and they beat us once. I think we got to shoot better from the foul line. We're going to have to run the ball. We're too small and skinny, I guess you could say, to sit out there and just try to beat them half court versus half court.
As Logan head coach Mark Hatcher, Winfield, like Logan, erased a halftime deficit to defeat Philip Barber 75-63 in an early afternoon game on Thursday. Winfield coach Pat McGinnis says both games with Logan were extremely hard fought.
We were on that 28-game win streak, and our kids were at home, and I think you always play better when you're on your home floor, and we had a pretty nice game there. And then we went to Logan, and they came out on fire. We got behind by 20 real early. They couldn't miss a shot. But I will give our kids credit. We did come back and made it a 5-point game. Lou Green, of course, is always a force inside, but T.L. Asbury's as good as any in AA inside, so that's pretty even right there. Like I said, at their place, they shot the ball well from outside. It depends on which team shows up, I think. Sometimes we shoot it well from outside, and then we go cold. So I think both teams are very similar in that you can see them lighten it up at times, and all of a sudden it's just like, somebody turned a switch, and we're not making anything. So, it should be an up-and-down game. We both like to run, and it should be interesting. Our defense is always the key. We feel like that's the key for us, and defense wins championships, and we're going to do our best to defend better on them than we did down there.
That's Winfield head coach Pat McGinnis. So Speedy Bevins, we've heard the thoughts of both head coaches. They both sound calm and collected, but I suggest to you that this game is going to be full of intensity, not only from the head coaches, but from the players right on down through the fans that have assembled here at the Civic Center.
And I think both teams want to take a lesson from yesterday. Winfield got off to that great start against Philip Barber, relaxed a little bit and let the Colts back in the game. Logan, in the meantime, struggled in the first quarter against Weir. Very important for each club to get off and play their game.
As we mentioned, the Wildcats of Logan, the number 3 seed in the tournament. Winfield Generals with a record of 23-2. Class AA defending state champs, and they are the number 2 seed. Stay tuned. Starting lineups are next.
Live from Charleston, this is Metro News. For 20 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Welcome back into the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Fred Persinger alongside Speedy Bevins. We mentioned the Logan Wildcats, the number 3 seed in the tournament. The Metro News Power Index and Class AA teams. The Logan Wildcats finished number 3 in the index, number 15 overall. The Winfield Generals, they're the number 2 seed, Class AA, defending state champs in the Metro News Power Index. They finished number 2 in the Metro News PI among Class AA ball clubs, and they were finishing number 12 overall. Our starting lineups are brought to you by the West Virginia Coal Association and Friends of Coal. To learn more, log on to friendsofcoal.org. Now let's go across the floor for the game introductions with the voice of the Civic Center Coliseum, Frank Blake.
For this Class AA semifinal game, let's welcome the Winfield Generals. And let's welcome the Logan High Wildcats. Introducing Logan's head coach, Mark Hatcher, coming to center court to meet with Winfield head coach, Pat McGinnis. For Logan, assistant coaches Brad Napier, Rodney Campbell, Chad Akers, and Wyatt Skaggs. For Winfield, assistant coaches Dave Young, Bud Lett, and Bill Henson. The support staff for Logan, Brance O'Brien, Connor Akers, Alex Toller, Shug Hobbs, and Stephen Stapleton. For Winfield, support staff, trainer Sean Anderson, Kevin Williams, Bennett Anderson, and Hilton Ingram. Now introducing the squads. For Logan, number 3 is Corey Williams. For Winfield, number 1, Lamar Clark. For the Wildcats, number 4, Chris Robertson. For the Generals, number 10, Jordan Kessler. For Logan, number 12, Brett Campbell. For Winfield, number 14, Rajan Patel. For the Wildcats, number 20, Ryan Hott. For Winfield, number 20, Charles Smith. For the Wildcats, number 30 is Craig Markham. For the Generals, number 24, Wayne Pritt. For Logan, wearing 34, Pat Robinette. For Winfield, wearing number 30, Alex Kavorak. For Logan, number 42, Wyatt Abels. For Winfield, number 52, Eric Schuler. Now the starting lineups for Logan, a 5'10 senior, number 10, Joe Hatcher. For Winfield, a 6'3 senior, number 50, Isaac Ashley. For the Wildcats, the 6'1 senior, number 24, Brian Lane. For the Generals, 6'4 senior, number 23, John Mike Smith. For Logan, 5'10 junior, number 5, C.B. Green. For Winfield, a 6'2 senior, number 12, Andrew Ricks. For the Wildcats, 6'3 a senior, number 44, Jeff Williamson. For the Generals, 6'5 a senior, number 22, T.L. Asbury. And for Logan, 6'5 senior, number 32, Lou Green. For Winfield, a 6'3 senior, number 44, Tyler Kavarik.
It's game time. The tip-off is next.
We're ready to play ball.
Semifinal game number 1. Winner comes back tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 to battle for it all. Mr. Gandy has the basketball in the air. Tip controlled by the Logan Wildcats. Chased down in the backcourt by Joe Hatcher. And Hatcher with the white head man brings it into the front court. Looking right now to 2-3 zone by the Winfield Generals. Down to Lou Green in the corner. Back to Hatcher it comes. Again, they hit the corner this time. Jumper for 3 is off the mark by Brian Lane. Rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals, T.L. Asbury. Quickly into the front court comes Ricks. They'll kick it over the right side. Isaac Ashley, left wing they go. Jumper for 3 is off the mark by T.L. Asbury. The rebound cleared by the Wildcats. Dressed in their gold uniforms with the blue numerals, Wildcats into the front court. Joe Hatcher, 5'10 senior point guard, will set the offense. 7:20 remaining, quarter number 1. Neither team has scored. Both have had an opportunity. The right side pass to Brian Lane, 6-foot senior. Puts it right back to Hatcher. Hatcher top of the circle. Now sends it over to Jeff Williamson on the right wing again. They go to Lane. Back it comes left side. Hatcher with the ball. Right side to Brian Lane. Back it comes to Hatcher. Shifting zone with some tall people. That's really making it tough for Logan to get the good look they want from the perimeter. Hatcher with the ball, top of the circle. Looks to go inside to Green. Can't do so. Backs it back out. Resets the offense. Over the right wing again. They'll get it to Lane. Back it comes to Hatcher. Hatcher top of the circle to C.B. Green. Left side to Lane. Back around the perimeter. They get it to Hatcher. Back out on top to Green. CB Green gets it over the lane, inside, shot try to Williamson is blocked, lost out of bounds, last touching the Wildcats.
With Winfield's 2-3 zone, it's very difficult to shoot from the head of the key because you've got those long arms of Isaac Ashley at 6'3", Ricks at 6'2". You've got to get the penetration from the guards and then the pass to the baseline.
Speedy, you got to like the patience of Logan because they're not just taking errant shots. They want to get the look they want. 6:15 left in our first period. Neither team has scored. Andrew Ricks to the right side. Gets the runner and the jumper. Count it for two for John Mike Smith. And Winfield draws first blood. They lead it 2-0. Quickly into the front court. CB Green will move it back to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher between the circles. Head coach Mark Hatcher over the right side, yelling out the instructions he wants. Entry pass comes in to Lou Green. Bounce pass right back. They get it to CB Green. The basketball knocked out of bounds. Last touching Tyler Kavard.
The man-to-man that Weir used yesterday against Logan is suited for CB Green's style of play, and that's why he ended up with 25 points. CB, much more difficult to attack his zone because he's not a terrific outside shooter.
Joe Hatcher with the ball now at the left elbow, sends it over on the near side, gets it to Lane, back out on top to Joe Hatcher. Inside, he tried to force the pass to Lou Green, deflected, and Winfield comes out of there with it. You're going to have a tripping foul, inadvertent, called against Jeff Williamson. Just got his feet tangled up with the Winfield player, but he did go down, and that's a foul on the Wildcats. 2-0 your score, 5:34 remaining in quarter number one. Winfield leads it. They have the ball. Andrew Ricks brings it in. Out on top, they get it to Tyler Kavaric. Bounce pass right side. Offensive foul, though. Right after the pass, you'll call it on Kavaric. Tyler has his first.
That's a good play by Logan's Brian Lane. Kavaric has been in a shooting slump. Coming into this state tournament, he had scored a combined 16 points in 2 postseason games. So you know when he gets the ball on the perimeter, his first move is going to be to put it on the floor and go inside.
Again, these two teams met during the regular season. Winfield winning at Winfield, Logan winning at Logan. So this is the rubber game. Joe Hatcher down in the corner. They get it to Lane, back to Hatcher. He'll come near side. Williamson's baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound tipped around and controlled nicely by the Logan Wildcats. In the lane, Williamson had it knocked loose, stolen away by Winfield. Andrew Ricks with the ball into the front court quickly. Stops to the left of the top of the circle. Got it over to Ashley, back to Ricks. Jumper off the mark, and the rebound belongs to the Logan Wildcats. Lou Green puts the outlet pass up the floor to CB Green. CB had it knocked loose by Ashley, stolen away by the Generals. Here they come the other way. John Mike Smith through the lane. The runner won't go, and on the rebound, you're going to have Smith going over the back.
Good job by Winfield in transition defense. Lou Green on the kick out, looking for CB because that's where he does his best offense, running the floor, and the Generals were waiting for him.
John Mike Smith picks up his first personal foul, second team foul, 4:50 remaining, opening period, still 2-0. Winfield on top. The only 2 points in the game from John Mike Smith. Joe Hatcher with the ball for the Logan Wildcats. Into the front court. Takes it over in the right wing. Sends the pass there to Lane. Back it comes to Hatcher. They come left side, and Lou Green becomes the guard. Takes the long shot. Won't go. Rebound cleared inside by Logan. Going out of bounds, though. Lane tried to feed it back in. Stolen away by the Winfield Generals. Up the floor they come. John Mike Smith to Andrew Ricks. Left side to Isaac Ashley. They go in at the free throw line to T.L. Asbury on the right side. They'll get the ball to John Mike Smith. Outside jumper by Andrew Ricks is good for 3. 5-0. The Winfield Generals on top. With 4:09 remaining in quarter number one. Logan with it into the front court. Takes it over the right side to Brian Lyle, to CB Green, brother. They'll bring it back near side. Get the ball to Lane. Back out on top. They'll work it to Hatcher. Hatcher yo-yos the basketball on the right side. And again, that shifting 2-3 zone has been very effective. Outside jumper, Brian Lane. Count it for 3, and the Wildcats are on the board. Back to within 2 with 3:45 left in the first quarter. Andrew Ricks kicked it to the right side. John Mike Smith moves it back out on top. Fighting for it, and loose on the floor. Stolen away by the Wildcats. CB Green flying everywhere. Bounce pass from Hatcher to a driving Brian Lane. He scores. He's fouled. We've got a tie ball game, and Lane will go to the free throw line.
Just a great effort on the part of Logan to take that ball away from Ricks. Had to take a couple of stabs at it. Winfield still did a good job getting down the floor to try to cut off that transition.
CB Green yesterday had a monstrous day with 25 points. Today he has not scored, but he's already figured in with this offensive sets for Mark Hatcher's Wildcats. Our first tie of the ball game with 3:32 remaining in quarter number 1, and Brian Lane could give us a lead change. Right-hander reaches, no good. Rims in and out. The rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals. Andrew Ricks will bring it into the front court. Stop top of the circle. Brings it right side. T.L. Asbury back to Ricks. We'll get it on the near side now to Lamar Clark, who's been inserted into the lineup. Outside jumper is off the mark by Ricks. Rebound controlled by Lamar Clark of Winfield. He has it on the left side. Kicks it back out on top to Ricks. In the lane they go. But the ball is T.L. Asbury, and Asbury's going to be fouled. We got a foul on the floor. That gives us time to take a break in the action from Germany.
Foul is on the Wildcats, 32, Green. First personal, team second. We have timeout on the floor. Full timeout on the floor.
Of West Virginia.
Tied at 5 with 3:08 remaining in our first period. It will be Winfield General basketball beneath their own basket. T.L. Asbury, the 6'5 senior, will be the trigger. When ready to go, Mr. Gandy hands Asbury the basketball. He brings it in out on top to Andrew Ricks in the lane. They get the ball right back to T.L. Asbury. Turnaround jumper won't go. And Lou Green climbs in the air to get the rebound for the Logan Wildcats. Into the front court, he brings the ball. Gives it to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher directing traffic, sending Brian Lane over in the left side in the corner. They get the pass into the hands of Ryan Hott, who's been inserted in there by Mark Hatcher. Back it comes. Down in the corner to Lane on the left side. Back it goes to Joe Hatcher on the right side to C.B. Green. And again, this time Ryan Hott touches the ball on the right side. Entry pass to Green. Back out on top to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher sends the pass left side. Jumper for 3 off the mark by Brian Lane, and the rebound cleared by Tyler Kovarik of the Winfield Generals. They'll bring it into the front court. Andrew Ricks with the ball. Sends it down along the baseline. Lamar Clark back to Ricks on the left side. They go to T.L. Asbury. Jumper for 3. Off the mark, no good. Lou Green with the rebound for Logan. Outlet pass to C.B. Green. Taking it down the right side of the floor. Stops on the right wing. Kicks it back out on top to Lou Green. Lou with the ball, left side. Joe Hatcher thought about the jumper. Sends it down in the corner to Ryan Hott. Hott, couple of dribbles, moves it back to Joe Hatcher. 2-minute mark of quarter number 1. We are tied at 5. Class AA semifinal. Winner in the championship game tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 against either Bluefield or Westside. That game will be decided later on tonight here in Charleston. Over the right side, Lane takes it down deeper in the corner. Ryan Hott's jumper off the back of the rim, no good. Lou Green with the rebound, takes it back up. He's fouled, will go to the line.
First offensive rebound in the game for Logan, and that's what jump-starts Lou Green's game. Very good at protecting the weak side of the basket and getting the follow-up. Ryan Hott inserted into the game for his outside shooting, but in doing so, you give up the rebounding strength when you put Jeff Williamson on the bench.
Greg Markham getting set to come in for the Wildcats after this first free throw by Green. Up and good.
Greg Markham did a good job in yesterday's game against Weir when Lou Green sat out most of that first half with foul problems. Markham did not score, but he played good defense and had 7 rebounds in 19 minutes.
He comes in for C.B. Green. Lou Green will have another opportunity. 6'5 senior. Connects on both. And it is a 7-5 ball game. 7 unanswered points by the Logan Wildcats. With 1:35 left in quarter number 1. Into the front court, Ricks takes it over to Lamar Clark, standing on the left wing. Clark back out on top. They get it to Tyler Kovarik, driving through. Offensive foul. That's number 2 on Tyler Kovarik of the Winfield Generals.
Well, Logan certainly has the read on him defensively. They know that when he comes off the high pick, that he's going to put it on the floor and attack the basket, and that's the second charge. Kovarik got into foul problems yesterday. He had 4 against Philip Barber.
Minute 28 left in our first period. The first 5 points belong to Winfield. Since then, it's been Logan. Logan tied the game with 3.5 minutes left in the quarter. Now with a minute 21, they lead by 2. Joe Hatcher, top of the circle. Left side to Brian Lane. Back out on top. Ball's deflected. Knocked out of bounds. And into my lap, and your lap, and everyone else's lap. And love this game, don't you? Glad this is a non-contact sport, I can tell you. Kyle Wiggs comes to the rescue as always. We got stuff scattered halfway down press row. All right, everybody's ready to go. A minute 10 left in the first period. 7-5. Logan leading Winfield. Generals with the ball, right side. They'll get it into the hands of Andrew Ricks. Lamar Clark. Bounce pass over the left side. They go. Charles Smith, who's been inserted by Pat McGinnis. Now we got a pushing foul called against the Wildcats.
Logan knows that they have to keep Ricks from penetrating into the paint area because that's where he sets up Asbury and Kavart. Winfield's 2 losses this year, the one to Westside. Ricks did not play. He was injured. The other loss to Logan was his first game back after sitting out a couple of games with that injury. I don't think it's a coincidence that both of their losses came with Ricks not fully healthy.
Oh, I agree. He's definitely a leader on the floor, and he brings so much to the game. Takes the jumper, rims in and out on him this time, and the rebound cleared by the Logan Wildcats. Craig Markham pulls it down, gives it to Joe Hatcher inside 40 seconds left in quarter number 1. Wildcats leading 7-5, and Mark Hatcher wants the last shot of this quarter if he can get it. Right now, Winfield content to stay back in that zone that's been successful for them in this first quarter. Joe Hatcher just yo-yos the basketball near the midcourt stripe. 22 seconds remaining in the quarter. Jeff Williamson over on the right side. A little deeper in the corner on the far side is Ryan Hott. Near side. In this corner, you've got Brian Lane working with it. Top of the circle, Hatcher goes down through the lane, puts the off-balance shot up. It's off the back of the iron, no good. 4 seconds left in the half, and the rebound is just thrown up the floor, and 1/10 of a second is left as the ball went out of bounds. That time, T.L. Asbury grabbed the rebound and threw the baseball pass. Hit off the side of the board, comes in. That's it.
Metro News for 20 years, the voice of West Virginia.
The Winfield Generals in that first period, 2 of 10 from the floor. Logan not much better, 2 of 9 from the floor. Turnovers, Logan had 4. Winfield had 3. Very low scoring affair right now, 7-5. Wildcats on top. They've scored the last 7 points in this ball game. Into the front court, the Winfield Generals, Lamar Clark, 5'8" freshman. I think he's one of the better players I've seen in this tournament. Only a 9th grader, very heady young man. Outside jumper, count it for 3 for the Winfield Generals, Charles Smith. And it's 8-7. We've got another lead change. Number 2, Lou Green down through the lane. Jumper off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound cleared by the Generals. Here they come on the attack. Lamar Clark puts a nice pass up the floor to Isaac Ashley. I think it surprised Ashley a little bit. He traveled with it.
The bench was so instrumental for Winfield yesterday in their win over Philip Barber. Jordan Kessler, Charles Smith, Lamar Clark, all significant contributions.
Into the front court, Joe Hatcher brings the ball for his Logan Wildcats. They're down by 1, 7:20 remaining in the first half. Lou Green, left to the top of the circle, hands the ball there to Joe Hatcher. They'll bring it near side. Get it into the Logan Wildcats. Chris Robertson, who had a good game yesterday. Robertson, jump pass, right side, down in the corner. C.B. Green drives baseline, kicks it back to Robertson. He spots for 3, good. Chris Robertson averages about 8 points per game on the season. It's 10-8, lead change number 3. Wildcats back on top, 6:54 left in the first half. Working with the ball for the Winfield Generals. Andrew Ricks brings it back out on top. Right now, Logan Wildcats really matching it up and playing really tight inside against T.L. Asbury. Outside jumper is off the mark by the Winfield Generals' Andrew Ricks, and the rebound cleared by the they come. Joe Hatcher on the left wing, whips the pass inside to Green. Jump pass over the right side to Robertson. He'll fire the 3 ball again. This time it's short. Rebound fought for in the lane. Coming out of there with it is Winfield's Lamar Clark. Clark gives it up to Ricks. Right back it comes to Clark. Clark, stutter step dribble, drives by the defense and scores. Oh,
that's not a freshman. Come on. That can't be a freshman move.
He left Lou Green standing, looking, wondering where he went. And we are tied for the second time. Nice move by Clark for his first 2 points. 6-minute mark of quarter number 2. Joe Hatcher for the Wildcats to Lou Green, corner. Left side, back it comes to Hatcher. Out on top, C.B. Green will work with the basketball over the right side. They'll get it to Chris Robertson. Down in the corner for the Logan Wildcats. Right back out around the perimeter. Hatcher spots up for 3 off the near side of the rim. Rebound fought for. Still loose in the lane. We're going to have a held ball. Logan will control.
Winfield does such an excellent job of challenging every ball that's put on the paint by the opposition. Generals have done an excellent job defensively with Kovarik and Smith on the bench, each with 2 fouls.
Lou Green will be the trigger on this inbounds play for the Wildcats. We're tied at 10, 5:40 left in the second period. Joe Hatcher with it, working with it, top of the circle. Again, that 2-3 zone by the Winfield Generals. Lou Green bouncing around with it on the left wing, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. Is that where Mark Hatcher wants Lou Green out on the left wing, or does he prefer high-low post setup for him?
Well, you would think you would want to run a high-low, and Winfield defensively is forcing Logan to do some things that don't play to their strength. Again, you've got 2 starters on the bench, but these 6th and 7th guys that come in step into their roles and play them well.
The Winfield Generals working with it. Charles Smith sends it underneath. Outside jumper. Isaac Ashley off the mark. Rebound fought for. Pulling it down is Markham for Logan. Outlet pass to Hatcher. Hatcher quickly into the front court as the Wildcats push it up the floor, and C.B. Green's going to travel with it.
There was another missed opportunity for Logan because Asbury lost his footing in that battle for the rebound, and Logan had a chance to push it to the paint without Asbury there.
Right in front of us, T.L. Asbury was complaining to the official that the reason he lost his footing, he was pulled down by the uniform shirt by the Wildcats. He just asked the official to watch that. Up the floor, Asbury gets alone, jumper won't go. Rebound cleared inside by the Winfield Generals. Tough shot, won't fall. But Charles Smith of Winfield on the rebound. They got a personal foul called on Winfield. So the personal foul on T.L. Asbury, that's his first. Team foul number 6. Logan will be on the bonus here on out the rest of the first half. 4:55 remaining. Tied at 10. Both teams have had a couple of runs. Winfield scored the first 5 points in the game. Then Logan answered with 7 of their own. And now we're tied at 10. Joe Hatcher almost loses the ball. Finally picks it up, goes back door all by himself. C.B. Green off glass won't go. And the rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals' T.L. Asbury. Good look inside that time by Hatcher to Green, but Green could not convert. 4:29 left in our half. Through the lane, pass goes over to Lamar Clark for Winfield. He'll take it and lost his footing, fell to the floor, lost the basketball. Lou Green picked it up and was going the other way, and then it was knocked out of bounds. Last touching the Winfield Generals' Charles Smith. With Charles Smith, since being inserted in the lineup by Pat McGinnis, has really given it everything he has a three-pointer in the game and has really hustled on defense. Over the right side, C.B. Green for Logan. Bounces it back out to Joe Hatcher with 4:10 left in the first half. They'll work it near side, get it to Chris Robertson. Robertson top of the circle, picks up the dribble, goes down on the corner. Markham's jumping for 3, off the mark. Rebound controlled by Hatcher of Logan. Hatcher turns, shoots with the left hand. Joe Hatcher has his first 2 points. And it's 12-10. Logan on top by 2. 3:50 left in the first half. Isaac Ashley on the left side kicks it back to Lamar Clark. They look and find Andrew Ricks on the right wing. Ricks drives to the lane. Runner's good. Andrew Ricks with 5.
And Andrew Ricks has to carry this Winfield offense with the 2 starters on the bench.
Lamar Clark steals the ball away from C.B. Green. Takes it down the left side of the floor. Kicks it back to Ricks. Ricks takes it into the front court. Right side pass to Ashley. Drives in. Off glass. Count it. Nice play by Isaac Ashley. Make it 14-12. Lead change number 4 with 3:19 left in the half. The Winfield Generals, Class AA defending state champs, on top by 2 over the Logan Wildcats. Winfield the number 2 seed, Wildcats the number 3 seed. Baseline, runner good. Nice play for Craig Markham as he got the nice pass, took it up strong to tie the game for the 4th time. Down low, Lou Green blocks the shot of Charles Smith, pulling it out of there. The Logan Wildcats up the floor. Robertson gets it to Green, and CB scores his first 2. Change number 5. 16-14. Down low, turnaround jumper off glass is short by Asbury. Gets his own rebound, takes it up, won't go. We got a whistle on a blocking foul called on the Wildcats. And this will put Asbury at the free throw line. Personal foul is called against the Logan Wildcats. It was on Joe Hatcher. It's his fourth team foul, but foul in the act of shooting. It's T.L. Asbury, 73% free throw shooter on the season. 2 shots here. He could tie this ball game up again.
You look at the shot selection by Asbury. First quarter, he popped out, wanted to take a couple of threes, but since then he has done a good job of posting up in the lane and working to his strength.
First free throw is off the mark, no good. T.L. Asbury, 6'5" senior, averages about 12 points per game, has not scored so far this morning. Right-hander could get his team back to within 1. Youngster very deliberate at the line, bends the knees, reaches, count the basket, make it 16-15. We got a break in the action here in Charleston with 2:38 left in the quarter.
Ball timeout.
Number 2 and a number 3 together, you expect a pretty good ball game. We've had 5 lead changes, 4 ties with 2:38 left in the first half. The Logan Wildcats, the visitors, the number 3 seed, they lead by 1, 16-15.
And for Pat McGinnis, your club has not shot well. You've got 2 starters on the bench, each with a pair of fouls, but yet you're just 1 possession away from taking the lead. You have to feel pretty good about your position.
Well, neither team has shot well. Winfield 6 of 19, Logan 6 of 18. Wildcats with the ball. Lou Green just outside the left elbow, leave it on the left side. Gives it to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher moves in, 17-footer. Rattles in, out, back in again. Joe Hatcher makes it 18-15. The lead is 3 for the Logan Wildcats. Andrew Wicks works with the ball, gets it into the front court. Youngster takes it over the left side. Lamar Clark is there. Puts the pass across that zone back to the near side. Get it into the hands of Charles Smith. Right back it comes to Isaac Ashley. Tries to drive underneath. And he stepped on the inline. Out of bounds. Turn it over. So inside 2 minutes remaining in our first half. And the Wildcats of Logan High School, 20-6 on the season, could extend their lead to either 5 or 6 with a 3-ball. Lou Green down in the corner. They get it to Lane. Drives in. Blocking foul called on the Winfield Generals. Picking it up will be Isaac Ashley. That's Isaac's first. Team foul number 7. So at the line on 1 plus the bonus will be Brian Lane.
Fouls on the Generals, number 50.
75% free throw shooter on the season. Lane, a 6-foot senior, has 5 points in the game. 0 of 1 so far this morning from the line. A minute 46 left in our first half. Brian Lane ready, reaches. Good. You'll have the bonus opportunity. 4-point lead for the Logan Wildcats. Brian Lane is ready again. Youngster makes them both. 20-15. The lead is 5 for the Wildcats. Lamar Clark, the freshman for the Winfield Generals, has it into the front court. Hands it back to the midcourt stripe to Andrew Ricks. 6'2 senior that is really the quarterback on this ball club. Sends it over to Smith on the right side. Back to Clark out on top. Left-hander spots for three. Count it. Lamar Clark, he has 5 points in the game, and it's 20-18, just like that. Winfield back to within 2, driving through the lane. Ryan Hott loses the ball, stolen away by the Generals. Ricks comes out of there with it, takes it into the front court, bounce pass in the corner, and Lamar Clark tries a 3 again. This time it won't go. Rebound tipped out to Isaac Ashley. He'll move it back out on top. They get it to Asbury. Down it goes to Smith. Smith lost the ball off him. He thought it was going to be off of Logan. Logan initiated the ball moving, and then it hit off the knee of Charles Smith. He just held his hands up and let it go out of bounds, and the official right there to make the call. We're inside 1 minute left in quarter number 2. It's a 2-point ball game. The Logan Wildcats on top of the Winfield Generals. Ryan Lane with it on the left side. One dribble. Top of the circle to Lou Green. Green brings it back. Ryan Hott spots the 3. Won't go. Rebound cleared by Charles Smith of the Winfield Generals. He gives it into the hands of T.L. Asbury. Andrew Ricks, rather. Ricks with it. Kicks it back out on top to Smith. He'll fire the 3 ball off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound lost long off the Winfield Generals. T.L. Asbury. Pat McGinnis has had to put Tyler Kavarik on the bench most of this quarter. He's got 2 personal fouls, and Speedy has not scored in this game, and that's your leading scorer on the season. Averages almost 20 points per game. With 34 seconds left in the half. Joe Hatcher for the Logan Wildcats will bring it into the front court. Mark Hatcher wants to run some motion to make sure they get the look they want. Lou Green brings it over. Jump pass comes back into the hands of Hatcher. Loses it almost. Kicks it back out on top. They'll get it to Brett Campbell. Campbell lets the 3 ball fly way outside. Rebound pulled down inside by Markham, but no, his shot won't go. And the Winfield Generals have the rebound. Asbury pulled it down, and you're going to have a blocking foul called on the Logan Wildcats, Brian Lane. Not a shooting situation. 7.8 seconds remaining in the half. Only the 15 foul called on Logan. Very, very far outside shot by Campbell for Logan. Plenty of time left on the clock. So 20-18. We'll set it for you as Isaac Ashley will be the inbounder. Plenty of time to get a good shot by the Winfield Generals. For the Wildcats, Corey Williams is in there. Quick defensive young man. They'll bring the ball into Lamar Clark. Clark quickly into the front court. 5 seconds with the ball. Stolen away by the Logan Wildcats. Brett Campbell takes it, lets another 3 ball fly, and again, it comes up well short. Halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum with your score. The Logan Wildcats 20, the Winfield Generals 18. His halftime score, the Logan Wildcats 20, the Winfield Generals 18, and I'm sure Speedy Bevins, both head coaches are saying, hey guys, good news. We probably won't shoot any worse in the second half than we did in the first.
Both clubs combining 14 of 44 shooting from the field in the first half. Logan getting better than 50% of their points off Winfield turnovers. What a terrific job the Winfield bench did with the foul problems to the 2 starters. 8 of the 18 points coming off the bench, along with terrific floor play.
Maybe a little surprising the fact that the Logan Wildcats has out-rebounded the much taller Winfield Generals only by 2 in the first half. But the score at halftime has the Logan Wildcats on top. The Winfield Generals 20-18. Well, the winner of this game will earn a berth in the Class AA State Championship game scheduled for a 2:30 p.m. tip-off tomorrow.
Exclusive Metro News coverage of the 92nd West Virginia Boys State High School Basketball Championship is being brought to you in part by the leader of the free checking world, United Bank, West Virginia's bank, by College for West Virginians, on the web at collegewb.com, by Smart 529, West Virginia's college saving solution, by Charleston Area Medical Center Sports Medicine, that's CAMC Sports Medicine and Rehab, providing services to the SSAC since 1992, by Mountaineer Challenge Academy. If you are ready for a lifetime, Mountaineer Challenge Academy is ready for you. By Foremost Health Network, West Virginia's largest healthcare provider network. Foremost for all of West Virginia. By the University of Rio Grande and Rio Grande Community College, your partner for your future. And by Charter Communications. Call 1-800-972-5757 to get hooked up and go where a satellite dish can't. Again, let's go courtside at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum as the 2005 West Virginia Boys State Championship continues.
All right, as we get set for quarter number 3, recap the first half. Lead changes 5, ties 4. 2-point lead for the Logan Wildcats. The Winfield Generals have the basketball to start the third period. And they'll open it with a pass to John Mike Smith down in the corner. The entry pass intended from Tyler Kovarik underneath to T.L. Asbury, knocked out of bounds by Logan. So the Generals control it. Kovarik in there, played very little in the second quarter as he was seated with 2 personal fouls. Has not scored in the game. Entry pass comes in from Ricks to Asbury. Has the first shot missed. The second shot, he gets his rebound, takes it up, and he'll be fouled and will go to the line. I'll tell you what, for head coach Pat McGinnis, if you could have told him at halftime between Asbury and Kovarik you're going to have 1 point and you're only going to trail by 2, he'd been thrilled to death.
Conservatively pulling Kovarik out of the game late in the first quarter, but his team rewarded him. They stayed close to the Wildcats, and now Kovarik is back in there in a position to dominate the way that he has for this season.
Asbury gets the first free throw. He will have another opportunity. T.L. Asbury, 6'5" senior. Boy, what a role he played last year in that AA championship win over Lincoln. Right-hander makes them both, and we got our 5th tie of the game. 7:43 left in quarter number 3. Joe Hatcher with the ball, gets it to Lou Green. Lou way out on top, will leave the ball on the left side for Hatcher. Hatcher back out on top to C.B. Green. C.B. kicks it down in the corner to get it into the hands of Craig Markham. Markham got it over to Lou Green. He loses the ball, stolen away by the Winfield Generals. Up the floor comes Ricks, drives in, has it knocked out of bounds. Nice play by the point guard, Joe Hatcher. He was beaten on the play, certainly was giving away some inches in height too. Andrew Ricks, but boy, he just kept his head, knocked the ball out of bounds. Great defense by Joe Hatcher of Logan. Entry pass will come in for the Winfield Generals. Isaac Ashley whips it right back inside. Off the mark is the shot by John Mike Smith, but he's fouled. Will go to the line. This is the personal on the Logan Wildcats. Lou Green, his second, and Mark Hatcher's got to be asking themselves, how did John Mike Smith get so open on that low block? John Mike Smith, first opportunity from the line, 61% free throw shooter on the season. He could give his Generals the lead once again. Left-hander ready. Lead change.
Smith had an excellent game against Philip Barber yesterday. Did well at the free throw line, picked up 5 rebounds, but the thing you really like about his game, 3 assists to go with that.
John Mike Smith ready again, 6'4" senior, open stance, the free throw line to the left, reaches with the left hand, he got them both. He's got 4 points in the ball game. It's 22-20. Winfield by 2. They've scored the first 4 points in this third period. Wildcats still looking for the first score in the third quarter. Joe Hatcher right side. Gets it into the hands of Lane. Right back it comes to Joe Hatcher standing on the right wing. Works with the ball. Look to go inside the green. Passing lane cut off. He kicks it to C.B. Green. His jumper won't go. Rebound. Pulled down strongly by Markham inside for Logan. He kicks it back to Lane. Right side Hatcher. Spots up for 3. Off the mark. Rebound. Isaac Ashley. And the reach-in foul from behind called on Logan's Joe Hatcher. Craig Markham has come in and added a real boost to this Wildcats rebounding team.
Number 10, Joe Hatcher commits personal. Number 2.
So Hatcher picks up his second personal foul. Winfield leading 22-20 with 6:50 remaining in quarter number 3. Isaac Ashley helping out in the backcourt. Finally gets it across the timeline. Gets the pass up ahead to Tyler Kovarik. Ball stolen away by the Wildcats. Lou Green shovels the pass up ahead to C.B. Green. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touching the Winfield Generals.
First time in the game that Logan has put on the full court pressure, and it results in a turnover.
So it'll be Wildcat basketball. They trail by 2, have not scored in this third period. C.B. Green all by himself gets the pass into Markham, and Markham scores. Somehow they lost Greg Markham on that inbounds play, and we are tied now for the 6th time. And at midcourt, we got a whistle and the foul called on the Logan Wildcats. Lou Green, and that's number 3 on Big Lou.
Somebody critical to these two clubs was going to pick up their 3rd foul in that collision when Kovarik and Lou Green collided.
Well, Lou Green will pick it up. He'll come out of the game. Jeff Williamson will come in. Now, you have to find out for the Logan Wildcats, will they be as effective with their big kid Lou Green on the bench as Winfield was with their leading scorer Tyler Kovarik on the bench in the first half? And both teams now kind of fighting for position on the inbounds play. C.B. Green lined up against a couple of Winfield players, and Andrew Ricks breaks out of that and gets the ball. Winfield leading, or we're tied rather at 22. Winfield with the ball. Working with the top of the circle, T.L. Asbury. Asbury brings it back near side. John Mike Smith out on top. They'll go to Ricks. Looking to find Isaac Ashley. We got a whistle and a holding foul on the inside. And Tyler Kovarik just picked up number 3. So now you have both leaders with 3 personal fouls. What will Pat McGinnis do? Does he go to his bench? Kovarik has picked up his 3rd. Lou Green is already seated beside the Logan coaching staff with his 3rd. Kovarik will stay on the floor for right now. 6:05 remaining in our 3rd period. We're tied at 22. 6 ties, 5 of the 6 lead changes. It's Ben back close. Hatcher with it, top of the circle. Crossover dribble, brings it right side. C.B. Green drives, shoots off glass, counter. Boy, a quick first step by C.B. Green. He was running before the ball ever got to him. Lead change number 7, Logan on top. And again, the pressure now by the Wildcats. Trapping at center court. They get it into the hands of Isaac Ashley. Down on the corner near side, John Mike Smith on the dribble. Smith brings it back out on top to Ricks. Ricks takes it over the right side, keeps the dribble going. Down in the corner, gives the ball up. Jumpers off the mark by Ashley. And the rebound cleared by the Logan Wildcats. Brian Lane pulls it down, gives it to Markham. Markham finds Hatcher. And with 5:25 left, Hatcher will bring it into the front court. 24-22, Wildcats on top by 2. They have the ball. C.B. Green with it on the right wing. Sends it top of the circle to Williamson. Williamson holding it high over his head. Brings it back to Hatcher. Joe Hatcher on the drive to the free throw line. Takes the jumper. Blocked away by Mike Smith. And up the floor come the Winfield Generals all by himself. Scoring the 2. Tyler Kovarik, his first 2 points of the ball game. Ties us for the 7th time at 4:55 left in the 3rd period. Joe Hatcher with it near the midcourt stripe for the Wildcats. Looking at this defense that's now matching up man-to-man by the Winfield Generals. Joe Hatcher, top of the circle, left-hander, calling out directions. Wants to get the screen from Markham. Instead, Markham takes it down on the low post. They'll get the ball over on the far side to C.B. Green. C.B. Green drives through the lane, kicks it back out on top. Williamson's jumper, good for 18. Jeff Williamson's first 2 points, 26-24. Logan back on top by 2. 4:28 remaining in our 3rd period. It'll be Winfield General basketball. Isaac Ashley will be the inbound. He brings it in to Ricks. Ricks across the timeline, gets the ball to Kovarik. Kovarik at the free throw line. Jumper is long. Rebound belongs to the Logan Wildcats. Pulling it down. Joe Hatcher. Hatcher brings it into the front court. Down through the lane. Pulls up. Jumper off the back of the glass. No good. Rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals. Isaac Ashley pulls it down. Brings it into the front court. Gives the ball up ahead to John Mike Smith. Andrew Ricks with the ball now. Ricks being closely guarded by C.B. Green. Gets by him. Takes it to the free throw line. Dump pass down inside to Asbury. Shot won't go. Rebound cleared by Markham with Logan. 3:55 and counting in the 3rd period. Wildcats lead by 2, 26-24. Joe Hatcher with the ball, top of the circle. Left side, Brian Lane takes it through the lane. Jumper off the mark, no good. Whistle and the foul, and you'll put Brian Lane at the free throw line. With 3:46 remaining in quarter number 3, Brian Lane, who is 2 of 3 from the line, has 2 shots coming here. Personal foul called on John Mike Smith, and that's his 3rd. Tyler Kovarik and John Mike Smith each with 3 personal fouls. And for the Logan Wildcats, Lou Green still on the bench with his 3rd. John Mike Smith has 2 shots, or check that Brian Lane has 2 shots coming. First one's up and through. First one's good. 27-24. The lead is 3 for the Wildcats. Brian Lane ready again. Averages 10 on the season, has 8. Make it 9. We're going to break it Wildcats head coach Mark Hatcher told me before the game, Speedy Bevins, he said, if Winfield gets the game in the 70s, the Wildcats are in a lot of trouble. We're a long way from the 70s right now. Defense is working for Logan.
Pat McGinnis conservatively coaching his foul problems in the first half, gambling here at the second half, keeping Kovarik and Smith in, both with 3 fouls.
Kovarik had the ball. They give it up now to John Mike Smith, who'll give it back to Isaac Ashley, who brings it into the front court. Kovarik with it on the left side. Back out on top to Ricks. They'll get it to Kovarik. Jumper for 3. Off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound long to C.B. Green of Logan. Quickly through the lane. He tried to get it over on the far side to Joe Hatcher. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touching Winfield. One thing I think Pat McGinnis had to tell his team in that timeout, get the ball in the hands of Andrew Ricks. He really hasn't touched it that much in this quarter, and he is the quarterback of this ball club. He makes things go. Back out on top, the Wildcats get it to Joe Hatcher. 3:25 left, third period. It's a 4-point lead for the Logan Wildcats, 28-24. C.B. Green with it on the right side, standing there with it, moves it back out on top to Joe Hatcher. Back to that zone, that 2-3 zone for the Winfield Generals, and now they shift around and match it up. With it, back out on top, Hatcher. He's got Lane on the left side, C.B. Green on the right. In trouble, brings it back to Green, stolen away. Tyler Kovarik jumped into the passing lane, races the other way, pulls up at the free throw line, off balance shot, won't go, rebound, whistle, and a foul. Personal foul is going to be called on the Winfield Generals. Coming over the back, it will go against Andrew Ricks. That's his second personal foul, team foul number 3. Inside 3 minutes left in our third period. The Logan Wildcats lead it by 4, 28-24. They've scored 6 unanswered points. Bringing it into the front court. It'll be Joe Hatcher. Hatcher for the Wildcats. Senior point guard that does a real good job of distributing the basketball. Gets it to Lane. Back it comes to Hatcher. Hatcher, the left-hander. Yo-yos the basketball, top of the circle, bounce pass left side, down in the corner. They get it to C.B. Green on the far side of the floor. Back it comes to Lane on the right side. They'll get it to Hatcher, driving through, pulls up, 10-footer, won't go. Rebound fought for, pulled down by the Winfield Generals, and falling out of bounds with it, but saving it somehow. Nice job by Andrew Ricks. And now we got a whistle and a foul. Ball was stolen away by C.B. Green, but a reach-in foul is going to be called on the Wildcats. Green. Boy, heads-up play by Andrew Ricks to save. Somehow he saved it from going out of bounds. And then the foul was called on Green as he tried to steal the ball.
I think defensively Winfield is doing an excellent job protecting the key players with the 3 fouls. Anytime there's penetration in the lane, it's somebody other than Kovarik or Smith who will step up and challenge.
Full court pressure by the Logan Wildcats. That is broken as Ashley gets it into the front court. Isaac Ashley over the far side. Gets it to John Mike Smith. Back it comes to Ashley. Entry pass goes into the lane to Asbury. Short jumper, too short. Rebound cleared by Logan. Outlet pass comes to C.B. Green. He races the other way, going 1-on-2. Backs it back out. Gets it to Lane. Off glass. Count to 2. Well, great shot by Brian Lane to make it 30-24. The Logan Wildcats on top by 6 with 1:50 left in the third period. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Brian Lane. That's a foul that cannot make Mark Hatcher happy. That's the 16th foul. Lane will pick up his 3rd. So it'll be general basketball. The Class AA defending state champs trailing right now by 6 points. That's the biggest lead of the ball game by either team. Winfield scored the first 5 to make it 5-0. Logan led 20-15 late in the second quarter, and now it's a 6-point lead for the Wildcats with 1:45 left in the third period. Ricks brings it across the timeline, gives it to Isaac Ashley. They'll bring it down to John Mike Smith in the corner near side. Smith back out on top to Ricks. Ricks spinning, takes the pass over on the near side. Jumper by John Mike good. John Mike Smith hit the big 3 ball over on the left wing to make it 30-27 to cut that lead in half with 1:25 left in the third period. Joe Hatcher will bring it into the front court very calmly, slowing it down just a little bit. Time is on the side of the Wildcats, even though we still have a whole quarter of basketball left to be played. Mark Hatcher standing on the far side, yelling out instructions to his ball club, and the Winfield Generals content to stay back in that zone right now. Time ticking away with 1:05 left third period. Joe Hatcher just yo-yos the basketball near the midcourt stripe. He has Chris Robertson over on the far side of the floor. And now here comes Winfield to put some pressure on the ball. Robertson double team trap, ball stolen away. Up the floor come the Winfield Generals. They get it into the hands of Tyler Kovarik. Kovarik is going to be fouled. Will go to the free throw line.
This is what you like about the play of Andrew Ricks. He is the leader for so many reasons, even on a day when he's not shooting like he typically does. That's twice in this period he's been able to slap the ball away and lead to Winfield transition points.
I'll tell you what I liked. I liked the way that Pat McGinnis just had them all back in the zone, and then like a snake, immediately they all broke into that chase. It scared me when they all jumped. I'm glad I didn't have the ball. At the free throw line to the left, it'll be Tyler Kovarik. He has 2 points in this ball game. Make it 3. This youngster averages almost 20 per game on the season. Make it 30-28. Back to within 2 come the Winfield Generals.
Kovarik so capable of controlling the game with the scoring. 35 against Hurricane, 36 against Wyoming East this year as examples.
He got number 4 in this ball game as he makes both free throws, and the Generals back to within 1 with 48 seconds left in quarter number 3. Joe Hatcher will walk it calmly into the front court, crosses the timeline, has Chris Robertson on the left side. On the right side, he's got Jeff Williamson. Markham flashes up high on the post. We got C.B. Green in the corner on the far side. Time ticking away. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Jump pass goes to C.B. Green. Takes it in. Ball lost out of bounds. Last touch in Winfield. Mark Hatcher said the one thing about C.B. Green is quite simple. He's going to make something happen in a game. Good, sometimes bad, but something's going to happen when CB has the ball. Craig Markham had it for a moment. Now he gets it back to Joe Hatcher. 19 seconds left in the third period. The 1-point lead belongs to the Logan Wildcats. Working with the ball, Joe Hatcher out front. Nobody there. Look out, Joe. They're going to come running in a minute. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Hatcher with the ball. Spinning away. Down through the lane. Shovel shot up. No good. Rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals. Here they come, but time will expire. What a quarter.
WVSStateTournament.com. From Metro News. For 20 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Does it get any better than this? Semifinal Friday, 2 quality teams, 1 point separating them, 8 minutes of action left to decide which of these ball clubs will be in the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Let's have some fun in the final 8 minutes. Joe Hatcher with the top of the circle for the Logan Wildcats. Right side pass comes to C.B. Green. They take it into Lou Green, and he's bumped from behind. Asbury picks up his second personal foul. 30-29, a ball game that has seen a total of 7 ties and 7 lead changes. C.B. Green will be the inbounder for the Logan Wildcats. Brings it in to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher has it, takes it on the dribble, back out on top between the circles. Man-to-man coverage right now, but not real tight by the Winfield Generals. Lou Green at the right elbow. Top of the dribbles, goes one-on-one against Asbury, takes it up strong. Count it. Boy, it rolled around, tried to roll out, and Lou Green has his first field goal of the ball game. 32-29. Isaac Ashley works with it for the Generals. Down low, they get the jumper. Count it for 2 for John Mike Smith. He's got 9 in the game. 32-31. We trade baskets in the first 50 seconds of the fourth period. Joe Hatcher with the ball between the rings. Yo-yos it there, takes it to the right side again to Lou Green. Lou Green, C.B. Green, Brian Lane, Joe Hatcher, and Craig Markham. The 5 on the floor for the Wildcats. And they got the original starting 5 on the floor for The Winfield Generals. Isaac Ashley jumping out to defend the ball against C.B. Green. Lou Green had it, lost it out of bounds, last touching T.L. Asbury. So it'll be Wildcat basketball beneath their own basket. Getting set to toss it in is C.B. Green. Green looking, still looking, calls the timeout. Couldn't get it in play. We're going to break in the action here at the Charleston Civic Center.
We have a full timeout on the court.
West Virginia. 6:44 remaining in our ball game. The Logan Wildcats clinging tenaciously to a 1-point, 32-31 lead. It'll be Wildcat basketball beneath their own basket. They had to call the timeout because C.B. Green could not find anyone open. And they'll try a new inbounds play and easily get it into Brian Lane, who kicks it back to Joe Hatcher, and Hatcher will restart the offense, being double-teamed, trapped at the midcourt stripe, gets the pass up ahead to Lane. Lane takes the runner off glass, good. Oh, heady play by Brian Lane to get the shot to fall as they had Hatcher in trouble to the midcourt stripe. John Mike Smith, corner on the far side, they'll get the ball to Ricks. Ricks's jumper is short, rebound lost out of bounds, last touching the Winfield Generals. A 3-point lead for the Logan Wildcats. Andrew Ricks with 5 points. John Mike Smith has 9. T.L. Asbury, no field goals, 3 points. Tyler Kavarik, 4 points on 1 field goal. Isaac Ashley has a field goal and 2. A low-scoring affair here in this Class AA semifinal tilt. Over the outside, C.B. Green's jumper well off the mark. Rebound cleared by the Winfield Generals as Asbury pulls it down. Gets it in the front court to Andrew Ricks. Ricks kicks it back to Asbury. Back out on top to Ricks. 5:53 left in our ball game, or at least in regulation. The right side, Kavarik brings it back to Ricks. Right back it goes to Tyler Kavarik. Out on top to John Mike Smith. They'll work it back near side, get it to Andrew Ricks, top of the key. Tyler Kavarik gets it over to John Mike Smith on the right side. Man-to-man defense by the Logan Wildcats. They get it to John Mike Smith, drives baseline, off-balance shot up, won't go. Rebound loose in the lane, pulling it down. T.L. Asbury turns, shoots, misses the shot. Rebound tipped around. Isaac had it, won't go. Rebound cleared this time by the Wildcats. Lou Green, outlet pass, comes up the floor to C.B. Green. Green with it into the front court, moves it back out on top to Joe Hatcher. And Hatcher again will very calmly decide what he wants to do. Takes it to C.B. Green on the left wing. Back out on top. Lou Green at the left elbow. Leans in. Jumper short. Tips it up once. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Pulling it down. The Winfield Generals. And we got a reach-in foul called by the Wildcats. Lou Green. That's his 4th personal foul. Lou Green picks up number 4.
When you're playing with 3 fouls, 4 fouls late in the game, you have to recognize when to go for the ball and when to get back down the floor and set up defensively. And that was a situation where Lou probably should have peeled away and gone to set up.
Yeah, had he peeled away, chances are Winfield would have been called with the travel because T.L. Asbury and Tyler Kavarik were both fighting for the loose rebound. Kavarik will be at the free throw line. The youngster, again, averages almost 20 points a game. He has 4, all coming back in the 3rd period. He's 2 of 2 from the line. Has 1 plus the bonus here. Right-hander, good. Well, great free throw shooting form by Tyler Kavarik. Makes it 34-32.
Kavarik has shot free throws so well in this state tournament. Currently 10 of 12. over the 2 games.
In this ball game, he's 3 of 4 as he missed that one. Asbury gets the rebound, and going through the lane, he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line. Lou Green has just picked up his 5th personal foul. Mark Hatcher took a chance and left the big kid in there, and boom, boom, he picks up personal foul number 4 and personal foul number 5. He is fouled out of the ball game. And that is a huge loss for the Logan Wildcats. Lou Green, who averages 20 on the season, will leave with only 4 points. The Wildcats, Mark Hatcher wants to talk it over at the even 5-minute mark of the ball game. He's going to take the timeout. We'll take Lou Green, 6'5" senior, is gone. Foul out with his 5th personal foul, and he picked up number 4 and number 5 within 35 seconds of each other. And the line to the left, T.L. Asbury, 3 of 4 from the line, could tie this game. He stands in on 1 plus the bonus. Right-handed, very deliberate at the line. First one's up, good. Tried to come out, but fell down through. 34-33. Asbury ready again. Boy, this youngster, great player, has not had a field goal, but boy, what a game he's played. Gets this one, yes, and we're tied. Tied at 34. It's the 8th tie of this ball game. 4:55 left in the contest. Joe Hatcher will bring it into the front court for the Logan Wildcats. Top of the circle. Gets it to Craig Markham at the left elbow. Gives it right back to Hatcher. Hatcher drives down baseline, has the shot blocked, and the foul's going to be called on the Winfield Generals, Andrew Ricks. That would be number 3 on Andrew Ricks. So Ricks picks up his 3rd. At the line to the right will be Joe Hatcher, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. Has 4 points in the game. First opportunity, has 2 shots coming with this ball game tied at 34. Hatcher ready, the left-hander. Both knees bent. Count it. 35-34. Wildcats by 1. And the youngster ready again. With the left hand. Count both of them. He's got 6. 36-34. The lead is 2 for the Logan Wildcats. 4:43 left in regulation. Into the front court. John Mike Smith for the Winfield Generals. Brings it to Lamar Clark. Back out on top to Andrew Ricks. Man-to-man defense, of course, by the Logan Wildcats. That's what they do. All on the right side. Kavari puts the pass inside to Asbury. He gets it to Smith. Running in front of the glass. Good. John Mike Smith. Boy, he's played one heck of a ball game. 36-36 tie for the 9th time with 4:20 left in the contest. Joe Hatcher now in the front court for the Logan Wildcats. Working with it, takes it on the right side at the free throw line. Bounce pass goes over, driving in to C.B. Green. Underneath, puts it up, won't go. Rebound, tipped out long, controlled by the Generals. Lamar Clark with the ball into the front court, 2-on-2. Leaner at the glass, off the glass, good. Lamar Clark has his 7th point. It's 38-36. And that's the 8th lead change in this game. The Generals back on top, slowly getting up off the floor is the Logan Wildcats point guard, Joe Hatcher. Hatcher is up.
Anytime you talk about Winfield, Kavarik, Asbury, Ricks, those are the three names that come to mind, but you'll look at the role players in this state tournament. Smith yesterday, an outstanding job that he did. What about Lamar Clark coming off the bench 2 days in a row? Pat McGinnis just has been buoyed by outstanding play from his 2 role play starters and then an outstanding 3-man rotation off the bench.
Well, Mark Hatcher has to bring Joe Hatcher out of the lineup. He's already got Lou Green out. Now he's got his quarterback seated on the bench, holding his back as he went down in a heap underneath the basket. Corey Williams will check in, and he'll control it from the point. They take it down to C.B. Green, back outside. Brian Lane, now on the right side. They get it to Williams, 5'11 junior. He'll get it back to Lane over on the left side. 3.5 minutes remaining in the contest. 38-36. Winfield leads by 2. Corey Williams gets it to Brian Lane. Jumper for 3. Good. Brian Lane makes it 39-38. Lead change number 9. We're breaking the action. The Wildcats and the Generals will talk about it.
Winfield is trying to do something today that no AA team has been able to do for 8 years, and that is defend your title on Saturday. The last AA state champion to come back the next year and defend their title on Championship Saturday was Bluefield. The Beavers won consecutive championships in 95 and 96. Came back in 97 and lost to Poca in the title game, but since that point, no reigning AA champ has gone back to the championship game the next year.
Now with 3:27 left in this one, it's a 1-point lead for the Logan Wildcats. The last time the Logan Wildcats played in a championship game, 1991. They were a AAA ball club at that point. They've never won a title, of course, as a Class AA team. This is the 3rd year as a AA team. And they've got a huge mountain to climb right now as they lead by 1. Winfield, the AA defending state champs. Andrew Ricks takes the ball on the right side. Lamar Clark's entry pass to T.L. Asbury. Double team. Trap gets it back to Clark. The freshman spots for 2. Won't go. Rebound long. Controlled by Logan. Brian Lane takes it down the right side of the floor. Pulls it right back out. Now fires the shot from 17. No good. Rebound cleared by Andrew Ricks. Stolen away by Logan. C.B. Green. He takes it up. He scored. He's fouled. C.B. Green, the guy that just had one heck of a ball game yesterday, has been a little quiet in this one. Only 4 points to that point, but what a great defensive play to knock the ball away from Andrew Ricks into the hands of Brian Lane. Lane got it right back to C.B. Green, and Green scored the 2, and he was fouled, and the Winfield Generals want the timeout. 41-38. The foul is number 4 on Andrew Ricks. 3 minutes left in this contest. There's a lot of time left. C.B. Green will be at the free throw line trying to complete the conventional 3-point play when this timeout resumes. But I'm telling you, the youngster has been quiet for much part of this game, and that's the thing that Mark Hatcher said. He said, I don't know if I can get 2 games in a row like I had yesterday out of C.B. Green. Not usually, but if I could get 15 points, I'd be thrilled to death. Well, he's only got right now 6. But number 7 could be huge, which would give Logan a 4-point lead.
Foul situation becomes critical at this point for both coaches. Lou Green already fouled out of the game. For Winfield, you have Ricks with 4.
Behind that Winfield bench is our Kyle Wiggs.
Fred coach Pat McGinnis pointing out that there's plenty of time, 3 minutes. Don't panic, run your offense. He says that's the key. Lou Green is out, so obviously they're going to try and go inside, but he says that can't be our only offense. Get it inside. If you're double teamed, if the look's not there, kick it back out, and let's try a 3. But again, the most important point he made is that there's plenty of time. They do want to get a fast break if they happen to miss this free throw. They'd like to score quickly on a break, on a missed free throw, but other than that, just set up in your offense, run your offense. You've got plenty of time.
All right, Kyle, and again, the offense today for the Winfield Generals has certainly not been in the paint. They only have 1 field goal from Asbury and Kravarik combined. It's been John Mike Smith that has been doing the damage. C.B. Green, as you could tell, hit that free throw. 42-38. The lead is 4 for the Logan Wildcats. 2:55 left in the ball game. Lamar Clark brings it into the front court over the right side. Man-to-man coverage again, of course, by the Logan Wildcats. Left side, they get it to John Mike Smith at the left elbow, picks up the dribble, looks for help, still looking, shovels the pass to Tyler Kavarik. Kavarik trap, brings it back to John Mike Smith left side. Cross court, the pass goes. Lamar Clark driving through the lane, off glass, shot won't go. Rebound tipped around, controlled by the Winfield Generals, John Mike Smith. 2:34 remaining in the game. 4-point lead for the Logan Wildcats. 42-38. Lamar Clark with it. Top of the circle. Looks for some movement. Looking to find Andrew Ricks. Can't get it to him. Instead gets it to Tyler Kavarik on the left side. Now back out on top. Ricks comes to take the ball. They get it to Clark for 3. Good! Lamar Clark, the freshman, has 10 points in this ball game. 42-41. Winfield back to within 1 with 2:05 left in the contest. Joe Hatcher back in there, running the point for the Logan Wildcats after that injury a couple of minutes ago. Working with the ball, Craig Markin, or Jeff Williamson rather, they'll send it over. Get it to Hatcher near the midcourt stripe. Hatcher, he is the quarterback. He's the guy that Mark Hatcher wants to control this basketball. 1:45 and counting. The Wildcats don't have to do anything with it except take care of it. And now the Winfield Generals will come out and match it up man-to-man. They get it to Brian Lane. He's picked up by John Mike Smith behind the back dribble. Bounce pass to C.B. Green. C.B. Green is picked up by Lamar Clark. Green works with the basketball. Open lane. Kicks it right back, though, to Williamson. Nice job. Is taking care of the basketball so far by the Logan Wildcats. Minute 23 and counting. 42-41. Wildcats lead by 1. Joe Hatcher with the ball, working on Ricks. Takes it through the lane. Runner off glass. No good. Rebound cleared by T.L. Asbury of the Winfield Generals. And with 70 seconds left, the Generals could take the lead. We got a timeout by Pat McGinnis. All right. I've done this a long time, just curious, and I know the shot was open. Of course, you'd have to ask the young man. You had run so much clock. Why take the shot there? Things were going your way, and I'm sure he thought he could make it. He had a wide open look. He's played a heck of a ball game. But wow, you give now Winfield an opportunity to retake the lead.
And Winfield could be patient offensively as well. There's not a hurry-up method to their offensive scheme after that great three-point shot by Lamar Clark. You can be patient, wait for Kavarik and Asbury to post up in the lane and get the ball into the middle.
Your Class AA defending state champs, when your two big men, Asbury and Kavarik, are just off their game with only one field goal between them, you have to have someone step up. Who would have thought it would be a ninth grader who has 2 3-pointers and a couple of other field goals for 10 points in this ball game? But Lamar Clark has done the job off the bench so far for Pat McGinnis. Now the Generals still trail by 1 point, 42-41. Kyle Wiggs been listening in to that McGinnis huddle again. Kyle.
All right, they're going to run line side out here on this play. They're running a play called Catholic, and it's designed to get T.L. Asbury a shot in the post, but Coach reminding his players to set solid screens. Make sure you're not moving on the screens. Don't let the officials call anything like that to take the ball away from us.
All right, they've got the play set. Here we go. Inbounds comes in to Andrew Ricks. A lot of time left in this ball game. We still have 65 seconds left in regulation. Winfield trailing 42-41. Tyler Kavarik over the right side. Back out on top to John Mike Smith. Left side, they'll bring it to Lamar Clark. Now with it is Andrew Ricks. Ricks kicks it top of the circle. They go to John Mike Smith. Back to Ricks. Ricks takes it through the lane. Dump pass inside. T.L. Asbury scores. First field goal of the afternoon for Asbury, gives his team the lead with 40 seconds left. 43-42. Winfield on top by a point. Joe Hatcher just directing traffic, calmly dribbling outside. Listen to this crowd. Over on the far side, working with the ball. Hatcher now gets it back. Hatcher has the ball. Logan still has a couple of timeouts left. They get it to C.B. Green. Baseline jumper, partially deflected, pulled out of the air by the Winfield Generals, and we got a whistle and a foul call on C.B. Green. C.B. Green has fouled John Mike Smith with 16 seconds left. And C.B. picks up number 2. More importantly, John Mike Smith, who is a 61% free throw shooter, will be at the free throw line. So far this afternoon, he is 2 off 2 from the line.
John Mike Smith, second day in a row. He's had double figures for Winfield. But as we talked about earlier, his game is much more complete and balanced than that. This is a young man who a year ago quit the club during the season. He did not feel he was getting enough playing time, came back out this fall, and look where he is 4 months later.
Bottom line is, if he makes both free throws, it's still a one-possession game. It would make it 45-42 with plenty of time left for the Logan Wildcats. Now you start looking down that Logan Wildcat roster. They have three three-pointers today, 2 by Brian Lane and the other by Chris Robertson. So they have some kids that could take the three-point shot.
The most important thing for Logan at this point is to box out on any missed free throw. You've got a smaller lineup in there that's going to be looking to take the three-point shot. Winfield still has the strength around the basket.
This time our Kyle Wiggs was behind that Logan Wildcat bench.
All right, Fred, they're going to get the ball in the hands of their point guard, Joe Hatcher. They're going to spread things out. They've substituted 2 players, Chris Robertson and Ryan Haught, a couple of shooters in the game. First of all, you got to get the rebound on a missed free throw. So that's the most important thing, but they're going to come down at this end, put a shooter in each corner, have Hatcher penetrate, and then look for him to kick out for a 3.
And bottom line is, with Lou Green on the bench having fouled out, distinct advantage in the rebounding department goes to the Winfield Generals. John Mike Smith will try and make both, though. The left-hander, 6'4" senior, bends the knees, pushes it skyward. First one's good. It's a 2-point lead for the Winfield Generals, 44-42. John Mike Smith, 6'4" senior, averages 10 points a game. Over that today, he's had one heck of an afternoon. Youngster very deliberate. Couple of dribbles, bends the knees, reaches, count them both. 45-42. The lead is 3. Here come the Wildcats. 13 seconds left in the ballgame. Joe Hatcher, top of the circle, on the dribble, kicks it over to Brian Lane. Check that, this is Chris Robertson. He'll get it into the hands of Ryan Haught. Down in the corner, CB Green kicks it to Lane. Jump over 3. Good! Tied at 45 with 0.6 seconds left in the ballgame. Brian Lane comes through big time for his Logan Wildcats. Clock is stopped with 0.6 seconds left in the contest. Holy smoke. I've been feeling overtime all morning long.
How did Hatcher get that skip pass over the Winfield zone?
I thought he was trying to shoot the ball. Now we still have 0.6 seconds left. Winfield is full length of the court away, so it's going to be tough. But bottom line is, CB Green, he threw the pass somehow, and Brian Lane was wide open. He squared himself, didn't rush the shot, which I thought was important. Squared himself, and wow, what a three-pointer.
And Winfield had defended it well on the baseline. You're right. He had pulled up on the dribble. They had the double team and somehow got the pass over on the right wing.
10th tie of the ball game. Probably the most important shot taken, maybe all season long, by Brian Lane. It would appear. It would appear. He's given his team a chance to go to overtime. Tied at 45, 0.6 seconds remaining. No time will be put on the clock, 0.6 seconds. Very little time to do anything. All right, here we go. Isaac Ashley will be the inbounder. The Logan Wildcats spreading everyone out. They've got a guy back, 2 guys back, in fact, to defend T.L. Asbury. Ashley will be the inbounder. They got Ricks all by himself. If he gets the ball and releases, he could possibly, they throw it in, intercepted by the Logan Wildcats. Horn sounds, we're going to go to regulation. The Winfield Generals go to overtime. The Winfield Generals and the Logan Wildcats are tied at 45. We'll be back to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. 4 more minutes to try and decide which of these two fine ball clubs will move on to the Class AA championship game tomorrow afternoon. Right now, we're tied at 45. Winfield outscored Logan 16-15 to get that tie.
Overtime games in the state tournament for Winfield. Just another day at the office for them. They won the championship a year ago in overtime against Lincoln.
All right, here we go. We're going to tip it off again, and players congratulating one another, and I think that should be the way it is. They have both played one heck of a ball game. And you know this is killing Lou Green. Fouled out with 5 minutes to go in regulation. He's on the bench. And the Winfield Generals easily get the tip. They tip it into the hands of Andrew Ricks, who will play 4 more minutes. Over to Tyler Kavari. Kavari back out on top to Lamar Clark. Lamar Clark, the freshman, that has played so well in this ball game. Ricks back to Clark, top of the circle. Right side to John Mike Smith. That's another fine player. They get it to Andrew Ricks. The 3 big wheels in this offense for Winfield, Ricks, Asbury, and Kavari, have not had a wonderful day. But I'm telling you what, everybody else has stepped up. Down low, T.L. Asbury had the shot rejected, but he's going to be fouled.
Past 2 trips down the floor, one at the end of regulation, now to start the overtime. Good job by Winfield getting the penetration from the easy drop off to the post player.
C.B. Green picks up his 3rd personal foul. T.L. Asbury at the line. He's 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, has 7 points in the game. Right-hander, 6 of 7. Makes the first. And the lead now belongs to Winfield. Lead change number 10. Ready again. The Generals miss it. Asbury missed off the near side of the rim. Rebound controlled by the Wildcats. 3:25 left in the contest. 46-45. The lead is 1 for the Winfield Generals in our first overtime. Joe Hatcher, top of the circle. Looks and finds Brian Lane. Boy, what a big shot that kid hit at the end of regulation. Outside jumper, count it for 2. Jeff Williamson just inside the top of the circle, 47-46. The 11th lead change of the ball game. 3-minute mark of the overtime period. Andrew Ricks brings it into the front court. These two teams know each other so well. Met twice in the regular season. Winfield winning at Winfield. Logan winning at Logan. And now here on a neutral floor at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, we're in overtime. Tyler Kavari gets his 2nd field goal of the afternoon. Deep in the corner. And it's a 3-ball to make it 49-47. Lead change number 12 in this ball game. 2:33 left in the first overtime. Joe Hatcher works with it over on the left side. Gives the ball up now to Brian Lane. Lane thought about the cutting pass to C.V. Green. Instead, brings it on top to Williamson. They get it to Joe Hatcher on the right side. Hatcher standing there with the ball, directing the traffic. Yelling out instructions. On the dribble, he moves it back out on top. Sends it over the left side to C.B. Green. C.B. Green will drive, penetrate into the lane, and kick it right back to Brian Lane. Back it comes to C.V. Green. Green sees the opening through the lane. Runner won't go. Rebound. Tipped out long. Winfield controls. Here they come. Generals on the attack. Leading by 2. Up the floor. Ball stolen away from behind by the Logan Wildcats. It went out of bounds. Last touching Winfield. C.B. Green does something on the offensive end that I'm sure Mark Hatcher would just like to take and choke him. But then he comes back and atones for it on the defensive end. The youngster is exciting. 1:49 left in the first overtime. And now with the ball, the Logan Wildcats trailing by 2. Hatcher gives it to Williamson. Jeff Williamson leaves it right back to Joe Hatcher over on the left side. Back out on top. They'll get it to Brian Lane. Jumper for 3. Good again. Holy smoke, Brian Lane. 50-49. Lead change. Number 13 as Brian Lane has done it again for the Wildcats. Put his team back on top with 1:21 left in the first overtime. Andrew Ricks yelling for motion as he yo-yos the basketball out on top. They get it over to Tyler Kavari. Back to Lamar Clark. Left side again to Andrew Ricks. Back to Clark out on top. He's picked up by Hatcher. Left side to Ricks. Down in the corner. They get it to Kavari. Entry pass goes underneath to T.L. Asbury. And he is fouled from behind by Craig Markham.
Just methodical with their offensive attack. They know where their strength is, and with Lou Green out of the game, that strength becomes even more so. And Winfield constantly pounding the ball to the paint area.
T.L. Asbury will be at the line to shoot 2 times. His team down by a point, 50-49. Asbury ready. Good. We're tied. tied at 50. It's the 11th tie of the game. T.L. Asbury ready again, 6'5" senior. Very deliberate at the line, eyes the rim. 2 dribbles, bends the knees, reaches skyward, misses, rebound, comes back to Asbury, stolen away by Brian Lane, shovel pass up the floor to C.B. Green. Logan on the attack, Green takes it through the lane, he's going to be fouled before the shot. Tied at 50 with 58 seconds left in the game. Andrew Ricks just fouled out of the ball game. So right now, both teams have lost 2 key ingredients to their success this season. Andrew Ricks, he will foul out with 58 seconds left in overtime. And finishes the contest with 5 points. Checking in, Isaac Ashley will return. C.B. Green, 55% free throw shooter on the season. 1 for 1 so far today. Stands in with 1 plus the bonus. Good. 51-50. Wildcats on top by 1. C.B. Green ready again. Looking for point number 10. Getting it. Number 9 with it. 52-50. Wildcats lead by 2 with 55 seconds left in the first overtime. They got a whistle and a timeout whistled for by Pat McGinnis of the Winfield Generals. The Winfield Generals 23-2 on the season, trying, clawing, scratching, trying to get into that championship game one more time, whether they will meet either West Side, the number 1 seed, or the Bluefield Beavers, the number 4 seed. That game comes up later tonight here in Charleston. And Speedy, it's been everything any fan, and there's a lot of them here at the Civic Center, any fan could ask for they've seen in this ballgame. I think a lot of times you lose a player like Andrew Ricks to foul problems at this point of the game. It could be critical to a club, but with that superb bench play that Pat McGinnis has had this entire tournament, Lamar Clark, Jordan Kessler, both very good guards, can run that offense. Kyle Wiggs behind that Winfield bench. Kyle.
Very positive message from Coach Pat McGinnis during this timeout. He says, guys, this is gut check time. We've been here before. We won this last year. We won a number of close games, and we can do it again. He told Tyler Kovarik in the timeout between the fourth quarter and the start of the overtime period, he said, this is going to be your period. Of course, Kovarik has already hit a big shot in overtime, and they're going to try and set him up again for either a 2 or a 3. So look for Kovarik coming off the screen. He's the guy Winfield wants to take the shot.
All right, they did indeed win one just like this in the AA championship last year when they knocked off the Lincoln Cougars.
And in the semifinal game against Westside, they had to withstand a second shot from the Renegades to win out 46-45.
All right, 52-50. Generals trail by 2. They have the basketball. Lamar Clark, the freshman, bounces with it outside, gets it over to Tyler Kovarik, back out on top. They go to Lamar Clark. Clark will operate the point with Andrew Ricks having fouled out, spinning through the lane. Leaner is good. This kid is a freshman. 52-52, tied for the 12th time with 35 seconds left in the first overtime. Joe Hatcher of the Logan Wildcats calling out play set number 3 as he brings it into the front court. Picked up by Clark, sends it over to Brian Lane. Lane really closely guarded by John Mike Smith, moves at top of the circle to Williamson. 20 seconds left in the contest. Joe Hatcher with the ball now, out on top. Takes it to the free throw line, gets it underneath to Williamson. Jumper up and in! Williamson hit the jumper off glass to make it 54-52. 9 seconds left in the first overtime. Up the floor come the Winfield Generals. Kovarik underneath to John Mike Smith. Takes the shot. Won't go. Asbury with the rebound. Takes it up. Won't go, but he's fouled and will go to the free throw line with 1.9 seconds left in the game. Are we looking at overtime number 2? Wow. Asbury had the opportunity, went up strong to get that rebound, and as he tried to take it back up with the off-balance shot over his shoulder, he was fouled by the Logan Wildcats.
It's just like we talked about coming out of that break a year ago. Pat McGinnis losing Andrew Ricks at this point of the game would be much more critical than it is this year. What can you say about the play of Lamar Clark? And it's been more than just scoring from him today.
No question. He has 12 points in the ball game, but that youngster has done just about everything you could ask from a backup player. He'll play 2. He'll play 1. Timeout situation. The Wildcats have 1 remaining. Winfield still has 2. The situation will be this, quite simply. T.L. Asbury will be at the line with 2 shots coming to him. He has made 2 of his last 4 attempts. He needs both in order to at least give his team a chance to go to double overtime. Kyle Wiggs behind that Wildcat bench.
Well, not much strategy, Fred. Obviously, Winfield wants to make these free throws, and if not, you got to go to the glass with everything you've got, specifically Kavarik and T.L. Asbury. Coach Mark Hatcher in his huddle saying, get me a rebound. He's going to miss. Get me the rebound.
All right, let's see if he misses. He's got 2 shots here. The Winfield Generals chance to defend this AA title on the line. Mark Hatcher wants another timeout. That's Mark Hatcher's final timeout. Winfield still has 2 remaining. 1.9 seconds remaining. It's been a fine ball game. 54-52. This is what semifinal Friday's all about. I love the way this tournament is being seeded. The seeds are all here that were supposed to be here. Kyle Wiggs again behind that Logan bench. Kyle.
Fred Mark Hatcher using his final timeout simply to freeze the free throw shooter. And then he reminded his players of a couple of things. First of all, you have no more timeouts. And secondly, we've got the ball if there's a jump ball. So if Winfield misses, gets the rebound, reach in, try and get your hands on the ball, do anything you can to keep them from getting it back up to the rim.
The Logan Wildcats trying to hang on. If they could make it to championship Saturday, it would be the 11th time the Wildcats would be in that title game. First one came all the way back in 1945. 60 years ago. 1.9 seconds. T.L. Asbury stands at the line to the left. Here's a senior. He's been through it all. 73% free throw shooter on the season. A youngster calmly waiting to get the basketball. He finally does from the official. Again, the same routine. Looks at the front of the rim. He'll bend both knees, spin it skyward. First one's up. Good. Now the next one, and that's the important one. 54-53. Same routine for T.L. Asbury. He looks like he's just out for a Sunday stroll in the park. Takes the deep breath. 2 dribbles. 3 dribbles now. Bends the knees. Reaches skyward. Boom! He hit it. 1.9 seconds, and Pat McGinnis may be the happiest guy in the place in that green tie. Stomped his foot, got the timeout, and now they've got to set up the defense. Because quite simply, the Logan Wildcats know they're going to get 1 shot. You got to be careful. Get the ball in bounds if you're the Logan Wildcats. Worst thing's going to happen. You're going to go to overtime number 2.
Asbury, as you said, a 73% free throw shooter for the year. 9 of 12 at the line today. But yesterday against Philip Barber, a subpar performance. Only 3 of 9 free throw shooting.
Well, he has only 1 field goal in this ball game. But I'm telling you, it's been big. It's been big. Once again, Kyle Wiggs has been listening in over on the far side, and we'll check in with him in just a couple of minutes. Kyle Wiggs on the far side.
Well, Fred, Pat McGinnis calling that timeout again to remind his team of a couple of things. They're going to try and throw it long, make sure no one gets behind you, and if the ball's in the air, if it's a 50-50 fall, just try to tip it. Make sure you don't foul. Just get a fingertip on the ball if you can to keep it away from a yellow jersey.
John Mike Smith will be positioned right in front of the Logan Wildcats. Pat Robinette is in there to be the inbounder. Looks, throws it in, full length of the court, comes up, stolen away by Asbury. Asbury lets it fly, but it will not count. Buzzer sounds. We're going to go to overtime number 2. Wow, 54-54. Each team picked up 9 points in that overtime period. So let's do it again. This is so much fun. Neither team wanting to relinquish the hold on what will be a chance to play for the AA state championship. Speedy, 5 quarters is what we'll at least end up playing, and still it's yet to be decided between these 2 fine clubs.
It's only fitting that 2 clubs that have become rivals in the regular season should play down to a finish like this for a spot in the AA state championship. Logan and Winfield have played each other in the regular season for 2 years now, and in each of those seasons, each club has won both games on their home court.
Well, this neutral floor has made this rubber game this season being stretched to its limit. We're about ready to go with overtime period number 2. Each team picked up 9 points. And as we get set for 4 more minutes of basketball action, Winfield will do so without Andrew Ricks. Logan will do so without Lou Green, but the people they've inserted have played well. Leading scorers in the game for the Winfield Generals, 13 points by John Mike Smith, 22 points from Brian Lane for Logan. Let's jump it up again. Greg Markham will jump against Asbury, easily controlled by Asbury, into the hands of Lamar Clark. And the clock is moving once again, tied at 54. Right side pass to John Mike Smith for the Winfield Generals, back out on top to Lamar Clark. Again, man-to-man for the Logan Wildcats. Backed off a little bit, not real tight right now. Lamar Clark with it, top of the circle, yo-yos the basketball, takes it right side to John Mike Smith. Thought about the entry to T.L. Asbury, instead gets it to Lamar Clark, back to John Mike, back to Clark. Over the left side, they work the ball to Tyler Kavarik, get it right back to Lamar Clark, top of the circle. They go to T.L. Asbury, back to Lamar Clark, left wing. Clark works with the basketball, moves it back out on top to John Mike Smith, back to Clark. 3:20 remaining in our second overtime. Left side pass to John Mike Smith. Back it goes to Clark on the far side. Back it comes to Lamar Clark. Back it comes to Smith. Just bouncing it back and forth. Passing it back and forth. They go to T.L. Asbury. Has it knocked loose. Stolen away by the Logan Wildcats. Here comes C.B. Green. Green takes it in. Lays it off the glass. Count the 2. C.B. Green. Boy, he's been everywhere today. 56-54. The Wildcats back on top. They lead it by 2 in the second overtime period. Asbury again. Jumper. Turnaround. Good. 12 feet over the right side of the lane. T.L. Asbury has his second field goal. 56-56, and we're tied for the 13th time in this game.
Even against the double team by Logan, Asbury just so strong and could get square in the lane.
C.B. Green, or Joe Hatcher rather, with the ball for the Logan Wildcats. Now C.B. Green has the ball. Top of the circle, takes it to the right side, leaves it there for Hatcher. Hatcher moves it back out on top between the circles. Clock moving, 2:20 remaining in our second overtime period. With it over on the left side, Brian Lane for the Logan Wildcats. Picks it up, comes top of the circle to Markham. They'll get it right back on the left side to Joe Hatcher. Hatcher on the dribble, top of the circle. Closely guarded by Lamar Clark. Clark almost reached in and got one, but he backs it back out. It's Hatcher looking over the far side to get the instructions from Mark Hatcher, standing and coaching. Both coaches have really coached in this one. 1:58 left in the second overtime period. Top of the circle. Williamson comes out to help out with the pressure. Leaves the ball there for C.B. Green. Green with it on the right side. Picked up there by Isaac Ashley. Gets by Ashley, drives down, sends it back out on top to Joe Hatcher. 1:44 and counting. C.B. Green will try and go underneath. Blocking fouls called on Isaac Ashley. That's his second.
Winfield a little bit of advantage in terms of team fouls. The Generals are shooting double bonus anytime they go to the stride, but for Logan, it's still a 1-and-1 situation.
Yeah, the 8th team foul called on the Winfield Generals. Green, 3 of 3 from the line. Stands in on 1 plus the bonus. Right-hander's good. There's a kid that come in. His coach saying he shoots 55% from the line. Well, he's been solid so far. 57-56. Wildcats by 1. Green ready again. He got another one. Barely touched the net that time. Very impressive. C.B. Green makes it 58-56. And here come the Winfield Generals. Ball stolen away by Joe Hatcher at the midcourt stripe. Gets the pass up the floor. C.B. Green takes it, scores, and he's fouled. Isaac Ashley got the foul from behind, and C.B. Green will go back to the free throw line. Here's Wildcats on top now by 4, 60-56. With 93 seconds left in the contest. Or let me correct myself, in second overtime. The Winfield Generals will take a timeout. C.B. Green, what a game he had yesterday. A so-so game through the first 3 quarters in this one. But boy, fourth quarter, 2 overtimes, he stepped it up again.
I like Pat McGinnis calling the timeout at this point. Number one, you try to free C.B. Green a little bit at the free throw line because you're right, he's not a consistent free throw shooter. But I think the other message that Pat McGinnis is giving his club is, hey, don't get away from our strength offensively. We've still got a minute and a half to play. No need to come down and start jacking threes. Look to go to our strong spots, get it into the paint to Kavarik and Asbury.
15 points in the contest for C.B. Green. Had 25 yesterday, came into this tournament averaging 7. He's doubled that up today, and he has a chance to get number 16 at the free throw line. With 93 seconds left in the second overtime, Kyle Wiggs has been behind that Winfield bench. Kyle.
Again, Fred, they would like to get a quick basket off the break on a made or a miss. And on the offensive end, again, they're still looking to get Tyler Kavarik some open shots from 3. Coach Pat McGinnis reminding him to move, use the screens, move without the basketball, get yourself open, and they'll try and hit a quick shot, get back in this one.
We're in double overtime. C.B. Green stands in at the line to the right. Youngster is 5 of 5 from the line so far this afternoon. Ready again. Either way, it's going to be a 2-possession basketball game. He hit another one. 16 of the game. 61-56 Logan on top of Winfield. A lot of time left in the ball game. 1:27 and counting. Lamar Clark with it. Top of the circle for the Generals. He'll spot up for the 3 ball. No good. Rims in and out. Rebound fought for. Coming out of there with it is the Winfield Generals. We got a push foul, though, called on Lamar Clark. He took it away from C.B. Green. And we're going to walk the length of the floor, and Green's going to go back to the free throw line. And that was the 10th team foul on the Winfield Generals. So both teams are on the double bonus, and C.B. Green will get 2 free throws here. He is 6 of 6 from the free throw line this afternoon. Yesterday, C.B. Green was 3 of 3. He's 9 of 9, 10 of 10 in this tournament as he hits the first one here. 62-56. Still a 2-possession basketball game with 1:18 left. Green ready. 3-possession basketball game. 63-56. And the Winfield Generals now with their backs against the wall. Time running out with 1:15 left in the contest. They trail by 7 in the double overtime. Ball stolen away by Brian Lane. He's going to race in from the left side. Lay it over the iron. Won't go. Rebound cleared by T.L. Asbury. Outlet pass comes up the floor to John Mike Smith. John Mike, bounce pass up ahead. He got it to Tyler Kavarik, but he threw it down around the ankles. It went out of bounds, and it'll belong to the Wildcats with 61 seconds left in double overtime. But trust me, this one's not over with just yet. 63-56. The lead is 7 for the Wildcats. And the Winfield Generals somehow trying to figure out a way to take care of this deficit right now. The Winfield Generals just fighting for everything that's left in them, trailing by 7 in the double overtime period. And you had to feel, if you were Pat McGinnis, Lou Green goes out. Okay, that's good news for you, but who would have thought C.B. Green would step up, Speedy Bevins, and do what he's done so far in this second and first overtime?
For Winfield, you still have the advantage of having those big, long arms in on the press as they will no doubt try to steal the ball on the inbounds.
Kyle Wiggs behind that Wildcat bench. Kyle.
Speedy, that's exactly what Mark Hatcher's saying. This game isn't over yet. We've got to protect the basketball. He said make sure of your passes. They're very quick. They can get in the passing lanes, make them foul you. They don't want any more shots unless it's a layup.
61 seconds remaining in our second overtime. 63-56. It will be Wildcat basketball if they can get it inbounds. Brian Lane will look to bring it in, and he gets it into C.B. Green. C.B. Green trapped along the sideline on the far side. Foul's going to be called on John Mike Smith. That's number 4 on Smith. So we'll walk the length of the floor, and C.B. Green. He is 8 of 8 from the line this afternoon. He was 3 of 3 yesterday. 11 of 11 from the free throw line on a young man that shot 55% on the season. 2 more shots coming to Green. First one's up, no good. He misses finally in the state tournament. Ready again. He can make it an 8-point ball game. Right-hander ready, and he does. 64-56. The Winfield Generals with 55 seconds left in the double overtime trail by 8 to the Logan Wildcats. Lamar Clark sends it near side. Pass almost stolen away. They get it to John Mike Smith. They look and find Ashley. Blocking foul is going to be called on the Logan Wildcats. That time as Ashley tried to drive the baseline, trying to get there to cut him off was Brian Lane, but he arrived just a little late, or Williamson rather, Jeff Williamson. He arrived just a little late, the blocking foul call. So at the line to the left, Isaac Ashley, a 55% free throw shooter himself. First opportunity from the line, has 2 shots coming. 2 crucial free throws right here. Generals need to score with the clock stopped. Isaac Ashley, 6'3" senior, readies himself, reaches. No good. We'll have another opportunity. Isaac Ashley, 6'3" senior for Pat McGinnis's ball club. The youngster ready with the right hand. Cashes in this time. They'll make it 64-57. Wildcats get the ball inbounds to C.B. Green. Tries to dribble through a triple team. He got the timeout. He went down to the floor. He was triple teamed and somehow got the timeout before losing possession of the ball. Now that's the final timeout for the Logan Wildcats. And still 44 seconds remaining in the second overtime.
That's what made Ashley's second free throw so important, that it went in, because Winfield could jump into that full court pressure, and they've caused Logan problems with that throughout the game.
For the Logan Wildcats, it will be the longest 44 seconds in the history of basketball. And for Pat McGinnis, it may be the shortest. Both coaches coaching their hearts out, down on their knees as they've got their teams in front of them in that huddle. 64-57. A 7-point lead for the Logan Wildcats in a ball game that's had it all. A total of 13 ties and 13 lead changes. It's been well worth the price of admission. All right, here we go. The Wildcats and the Generals. And again, Kyle Wiggs listening in behind that Wildcat bench. Kyle.
Well, again, Fred, Coach Mark Hatcher designing a play for Logan to get the ball inbounds. Then after that, they're going to release a couple of players, one of them being Williamson. If the long pass is there, take it. Otherwise, just hang on to the basketball and make them foul you.
All right, right in front of our broadcast position at center court here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. The Logan Wildcats, Craig Markham will be the inbounder. Slaps the ball, looks for motion, gets the ball in to Brian Lane. Blocking foul is going to be called on T.L. Asbury. Brian Lane reaches down and helps Asbury up off the floor. Personal foul number 3 on T.L. But going to the line is Brian Lane.
If you take any advantage to Winfield in that situation, not even a full second ticked off the clock.
4 of 5 from the line so far this afternoon is Brian Lane. He has 2 shots coming to him. His team on top, 64-57. Lane ready with the right hand. First one is short, no good. The Logan Wildcats is trying to hang on for this huge victory in this semifinal game. The AA defending champs. Lane gets the second of 2. Make it 65-57, back to an 8-point lead. Here come the Winfield Generals. Lamar Clark quickly into the front court. Leaves it over. Tyler Kovarik went up for the shot, and the foul is going to be called on Brian Lane. And Brian Lane will foul out of the ball game.
Fred, the team with the lead in a situation like this, it's all about managing the clock and running the clock. And the past 2 times defensively, Logan has not done a good job committing fouls in each situation.
Brian Lane will check out of the game with his 5th foul. But boy, Speedy, what a game this youngster has played. He was the one that hit the big 3 ball to send it in overtime.
What a difference a day makes. 3 points was all he had against Weir yesterday on 1 of 3 field goal shooting and a free throw.
In the contest this afternoon, Brian Lane will with 23 points. At the line, Tyler Kovarik, he'll have 2 opportunities. 3 of 4 from the line so far this afternoon for Kovarik. 6'3" senior, right-hander. Good. 65-58. 35 seconds left in double overtime. Winfield trailing the Logan Wildcats. Kovarik hits another. And he was fouled outside that 3-point line, so he gets 3 shots. 65-59. One more could make it a 5-point lead. Right-hander, good. He hit 3 big ones right there. 65-60, and again the pressure, and the ball's going to be stolen away by Lamar Clark of Winfield. Up the floor, jumper off glass, count the basket by Kovarik, call the foul. Uh-oh. Tyler Kavari. They stole the pass. Lamar Clark was the youngster that stole it. He got it to Kavari. He scores to make it 65-62.
And that was just a great athletic move on the part of Clark. Timed the inbound pass perfectly.
3 seconds ago, the Logan Wildcats led by 8. They now lead by 3 as the free throw is missed by Kavari. Logan with the rebound. C.B. Green hustling into the front court. Going to be fouled by Lamar Clark, and Green will go back to the free throw line. With 27 seconds left in this ball game, Winfield back to within 3. Holy smoke. C.B. Green will go to the line. Clark picks up his first personal. C.B. Green at the line to the right. He's missed 1 time from the free throw line so far today. 9 of 10. Has 2 shots coming here. Right-hander reaches. Good. Boy, if you're C.B. Green, you love that sound you heard. If you're Pat McGinnis, you're not real thrilled about it. 66-62. 27.1 seconds remaining. Green. Very deliberate again at the line. Ready. Yes. Hit the front of the iron. Fell back through. 67-62. Still 2-possession basketball game. Lamar Clark into the front court. Leaves it for Kavari. Off-balance shot. Top of the circle. Rims in and out. No good. Lamar Clark drives in. Tips it up with the left hand. Lamar Clark. 67-64. A freshman all by himself on the other end of the floor. But check that. Chris Robertson couldn't see him, and a whistle in the foul. Boy, they had him wide open underneath the Logan basket with 9 seconds left, and they just didn't see him and couldn't get the ball to him.
Oh, 2 phenomenal athletic moves by Lamar Clark. One on defense to set up that steal a moment ago, and then perfect timing and extension on the weak side.
First time at the line, 70% free throw shooter. No good. With 9.4 seconds left, it's still a 1-possession game. Robertson, for his Logan Wildcats, he needs this one to make it a 2-possession game. They're going to get Ryan Hott into the lineup. He'll replace Williamson. Get some more speed in there on defense. Still a lot of time left. This is a very important free throw for Chris Robertson, 6-foot junior. Patiently waiting at the line. Takes the basketball from the official. 1 deep breath. A few dribbles of the basketball. Reaches skyward. No good. Rebound cleared by Kavari for Winfield. Here they come. Lamar Clark with it into the front court. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. They get the outside jumper off the mark. No good. Rebound tipped around. Horn sounds. Ball game over. The Logan Wildcats are going to the Class AA state championship game tomorrow afternoon. A thrilling double overtime win over the Winfield Generals. Our final score from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum, Logan 67, Winfield 64.